Hey guys, my name is Matsumo, and today I want to do another Did You Know style of video for Rainbow Six Siege. Without beating around the bush because long introductions are horrible, did you know that you can shoot through the wall on Garage on the map Clubhouse? Now, I'm sure you're already aware this can be a fairly tricky objective to take on offense if you're playing Secure the Area. If your thermite sucks or he just flat out dies at the beginning before he's able to open up a hole, it's very hard to make your way through the two small little entrances. If the enemy knows what they're doing, they're going to have people down below and on the scaffolding, kind of in the rafters there, so that when you breach on through, you're now having to shoot at people that are on two different levels, and in most situations, you're not going to come out of it alive. And so if you do have someone in that sneaky spot, which you guys are seeing right now, one way that you can take them out is by going to this sort of pseudo window and shooting them from the outside. Now, of course, this is going to require a bit of luck on your end because you can't physically see the enemy from the outside of the building, but if your map knowledge is strong and you angle it just right, kind of like what I'm doing right now, you can spray in that general area, and if they're crouching or if you aim a little bit lower because you know that they're prone, you can do some body damage, or if you're really lucky, you can land a lucky headshot. What's weird about this window, though, is that if you're on the inside, you can see the enemy repelling. So here I am on the scaffolding once again. I look over and I see Buck clear as day. What's even more odd about this window, though, is that you can only shoot through certain sections of it. So here I am lining up clear headshots. He's kind of moving around. And then when I notice that he's actually shooting through the window, bullets are penetrating, that's when I shoot him in the face and I get that kill. And so if you are trying to pull off one of these maneuvers, just know that the defenders, technically, if they're even somewhat observant of their surroundings, may have a slight advantage on you. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try it out, because if you're able to pull it off, you're going to feel amazing. It's probably one of the coolest ways to take someone out in Rainbow Six Siege. But just know that while you're not always vulnerable while repelling at this window, if you are able to shoot the enemy, they're also able to shoot at you. The next trick is something that some of you may already know about. I just learned about it recently, maybe because I'm an idiot, but did you know that you can bust through a window's barricade without the enemy realizing that that window is vaultable? I'm sure that probably didn't make any sense whatsoever. Now, I know you guys already know that if you hit a window barricade twice, that allows you to vault on through. If you're on offense and you want to get onto the objective quickly, you don't need to hit the barricade 3 times to jump on in. You basically hit it twice, that allows you to vault on through, and it just expedites the entire process. If you're on defense, though, the problem with this tactic is that if you want to get onto the outside, a lot of the times, if the enemy sees that a barricade is broken, they're going to watch that window. They know someone is trying to be sneaky, and so as soon as you pop your head out, they're going to get an easy free kill. The way that you avoid this is punch out the bottom of the barricade, make your way to the window, punch out 2 different sections of it on the very bottom. It's still going to allow you to vault on through, but the enemy doesn't know that that window is not structurally sound. I've gotten a lot of fun kills this way. I mean, you guys probably saw this moment in a previous video. Popped on through, the enemy had no idea I was there. I was able to take someone out even before they realized what was happening, and it's a great way at catching the enemy by surprise. It is kind of tricky because if the enemy has a claymore down, you're pretty much boned, but if they're not prepared for it and you want to get an amazing flank off, this is a clever way of going about it. The next thing is that did you know if you down the hostage more than once, the message that lets you know that you downed them on the right-hand side doesn't say civilian injured anymore, it just says you're a monster, and it keeps saying you're a monster every single time that you do it. This isn't going to change your game, this isn't really going to help you at all, but I just thought it was funny. A subscriber pointed this out to me, I had no idea that it was in the game, so if you want to be called a monster, just kill the hostage a couple of times. For the next sneaky spot, we have to make our way on over to canals. If you're defending on the 3rd floor in the server room, which is going to happen constantly, it's one of the most popular defensive spots, make your way behind the servers, go prone, and then position yourself in between the little servers there. It gives you a perfect line of sight of that far-reaching window. Now, it is going to be difficult to get a kill from this spot because it doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room, but if the enemy doesn't realize that you're there because they haven't droned out the objective, they might sit in that windowsill trying to figure out what the hell is on the inside of the objective, and you might be able to get an easy free kill. What's great about this spot is even if the enemy is looking directly at you through the window, they're going to have no idea that you're there. You're invisible to them. They can kill you. I was actually somehow lucky enough to kind of thread the needle with my bullet on the opposite end and get a headshot on someone, but that's not going to happen very often. And so if you're defending on the 3rd floor and you want to ensure that that window is covered and the enemy is going to have a hard time jumping on through, this is a great spot to hold. The final thing is that did you know that on the new map, Bartlett University, there's a bunch of paintings on the wall with a lot of the old maps on them. There's Favela, we have Border, Consulate, I'm sure there's a bunch of others, but the question that I have is that did they sneak in a picture of one of the newer maps? They've done this before. There's been a couple of pictures, I think Favela is on House, where they hinted at some of the maps that we're going to be expecting in the future. We just didn't know already. And so it makes me wonder if any of these pictures are a hint or an indication of what we might be expecting in the future. And of course, this is just speculation, but it would be a pretty cool Easter egg if they added in a map or they had a picture of a future map that was on Bartlett University as well. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's episode of Did You Know? I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you are aware of something in the game that not many people know about. I'm constantly learning new things about Rainbow Six Siege. This game is incredibly complex, and so if you guys know of a sneaky spot that not many people are taking advantage of, or if there's some sort of Easter egg that not a lot of people know about, let everyone know down below. But yeah, guys, until tomorrow, have a good one, and take it easy.